The Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad is directed by James Gunn and stars Viola Davis, Margot Robbie, Idris Elba, John Cena, Daniela Melchior, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, and a smattering of others. Here, Viola Davis returns as Amanda Waller to form another crew of Task Force X and infiltrate the city to stop what is called Project Starfish. Now, this movie was directed and written by James Gunn, and boy, did he flex his creative muscles on this one. I mean, it fits his MO. I mean, it is, when you look at it, it is a James Gunn film. Truly, I believe that James Gunn's style of writing actually fits well with the aesthetic of the Suicide Squad. When you read in the comics or see animated movies of the Suicide Squad, I think that James Gunn's style of writing or his form of creativity actually fits well with the aesthetic of the Suicide Squad. And when I saw this, I was like, yeah, it is a match made in heaven. They told us many years ago that they were going to make a Suicide Squad movie. This was that movie that they were talking about, not the David Ayer one. I'm sorry, it was received bad. I personally thought it was okay, but when you say Suicide Squad movie, this was the movie they were talking about. Maybe see, there were some of those that were actually kind of worried that this will be a Guardians of the Galaxy ripoff, or there will be some similarities to the Guardians of the Galaxy, but I would say hell the fuck no. This was not it. I mean, they made sure that they went ham on the R rating. I mean, the blood, the cursing. I mean, they went ham on that R rating. And honestly, it works well. This movie needs to be an R rating. This type of movie needs to be R rated. I'm sorry, Venom. Why are you not R rated?
Like a bird in the wind.
The cast also had really great chemistry in this thing. I think when you see this film, you can literally see how much fun they had in making this film. I think you see it on the screen that these guys have great chemistry. They had fun making this, and now the end products just really looks good because yeah, they had fun making this. One thing I actually really like about this film was no one actually got overshined. Like when you compare it to the first one where Harley Quinn and Deadshot just completely overshined the rest of the cast. You couldn't care less about them. In this film, no one actually does that. Yes, some characters were more of a focus, but the writing, their portrayal, no one actually got overshined. You cared for each of the characters, even the minor characters. The movie actually made you care for all of the characters, not just the standouts, not just the main focuses. Everyone, even the tech guys, could be considered side characters or minor characters. You actually cared for them. They have small arcs. They even get you to care about a fucking rat. Yes, a fucking rat. You heard me right. They made you care about a fucking rat. That is how good this film made you care about the characters. The character development for each of these characters were fantastic. Certainly miles away from the first one. And speaking of standouts, Viola Davis as Amanda Waller was again really good. Margot Robbie was again fantastic as Harley Quinn. Rick Flag was incredible in this film. Like, he had so much more personality. Like, just one scene in this film, he has more personality in that rather the entire movie, the first Suicide Squad. I mean, they really, again, they made these characters human. They made you sure that you could relate to these characters, not just some one-dimensional soldier, or not just one-dimensional villain, or one-dimensional hero or some shit. Like they actually made you feel stuff for these people. They gave them personalities for these characters. People will definitely draw comparisons between Bloodsport and Deadshot, and a lot might say that maybe Deadshot should have been in this movie rather than Bloodsport. And yeah, the argument kind of stands because the movie kind of didn't do that well in differentiating the two. Like, they were recruited the exact same way. Bloodsport was a little more extreme, which added to the character arcs for Viola Davis, Amanda Waller, and Idris Elba's Bloodsport. But yeah, people will draw comparisons between the two because it is quite jarring that they didn't do more to differentiate Deadshot and Bloodsport. This movie certainly has plot holes, and you definitely need to stretch your belief system when you're watching this thing. But honestly, this was just a really fun film. This is a really fun Suicide Squad film, and I really enjoyed watching it. All in all, this was incredibly fun. This was enjoyable. I can see you guys hanging out with friends, just having a good time watching this, and I am giving the Suicide Squad a 4.5 stars. What I really truly loved about this film was how they portray the essence of the gray area between good and evil. Like, should you root for these criminals, or why people do what they do, what drove them to do things like this, and drove people to do horrible things like this. And I think the movie really portrayed the essence of the gray area really, really well. And certain people will probably brand you or say that you're this or you're that, may then be a enemy, a friend, or even a boss. But regardless of what they say or what they brand you, you have control of your own destiny. Like, let nobody else make you a puppet with how they see you. It is you that drives your own bus. It is you that lives through life with your own eyes, and let nobody else tell you what to do, because nobody knows you like you do. So, with that being said, I'll see you guys next time.